Hey guys, we're going to dig into some notes today on finding all solutions. Okay. And my question for you is, does Desmos have all the answers? And before we get too crazy today, the first thing I want to tell you is that the number of solutions equals the biggest exponent. Okay? That's an important little feature that we're talking about today. So get that written down. If we have x to the third, and that's our biggest exponent, then we should have 3 solutions. Okay, so with these ideas, the other day I told you to highlight something, and then I was like, oh crap, don't highlight that. Well, we're going to use some information now. So one of the things I want you to realize is that if I have x-intercepts, then when I do synthetic division, the remainder will be 0. Those are 2 key things. And now we're going to walk through this example. And this example is going to look like what you have in your Delta Math for today. Okay? We're going to come up with all the solutions. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. We have an equation here that's x to the 4th, right? We see this x to the 4th here. According to this information right here, we should have 4 solutions then. So we're not done until we have 4 answers. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do Desmos. Because if Desmos tells me 4 answers, then I am blessed. If Desmos does not tell me 4 answers, then I need to rethink this a little bit. So I'm going to go to desmos.com, beautiful free math, go to graphing calculator, and I'm going to type this equation in. Okay, so I've got x to the 4th minus x to the 3rd plus 3x squared minus 9x minus 54. Okay, so there's my graph. Now, no matter how much I zoom my graph, zoom, 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 I only see 2 solutions. And so I go tap, tap. And from Desmos, my 2 solutions are -2 and 3. Okay, so from Desmos, my solutions are -2 and 3. Once I have my Desmos numbers, I am going to do my rounds of synthetic division. Move this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do my rounds of synthetic division. Okay, and so here's how I'm going to set it up. I'm going to put a corner, and this is why we practiced this the other day. I'm going to draw the line on the bottom. I am going to take my Desmos number, I'm going to put it in the corner. So this -2 that I got, going in the corner. Then, across the top, I put my coefficients. So I've got 1, -1, 3, -9, and -54. 1, -1, 3, -9, and -54. And I'm going to run through synthetic division. As I run through it, you've seen this process before, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about it. But I bring down the 1. Bring down the 1. -2 times 1 is -2. Remember, our 2 rules are we add together going down, and we multiply to fill back up. So -2 times 3 is 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. -2 times 9 is -18. Add those together is -27, and it turns to 54. Okay? Then, I have all these numbers here. And I have to do synthetic division for each Desmos answer. So that means I'm going to take these new numbers, I'm going to put them in with a 3, and do it for 3. So I'm going to go through that same process. I'm going to bring down the 1. I'm going to multiply 3 times 1. I'm going to add together. I'm going to multiply 3 times 0. I'm going to add. Okay, and there we go. So once I've used up all my Desmos, then I'm going to just set up an equation. So set up the remaining numbers. It's all glitchy again. I don't know why it hates me. As an equation. Here's the equation. It started x to the 4th at the very original problem. Then it dropped x to the 3rd. Now I'm at x squared. So when I look at this equation, it's x squared plus 9, and I'm still going to keep it equal to 0 the way the original problem was. Because once I do that, then my job is to solve what's left. So here we go, diving into solving. I'm going to subtract the 9 from both sides. And then I'm going to say that x squared equals negative 9. And then I'm going to square root both sides. And then I'm going to say that, hey, the square root of 9 is 3. The square root of negative 9 is 3i. So I'm going to say x equals plus or minus 3i. So then when I come back to the top and it said, hey, I'm supposed to have 4 solutions, let's make our list. One of our solutions was negative 2. It came from Desmos. One of our solutions was 3. It came from Desmos. One of our solutions was positive 3i. It came from some hard work. And the other one is negative 3i. And that, friends, is quite the process, but you will get this figured out. Okay, so get those notes copied down. You got it.